I've been waiting for you. Waited for so long.
Okay, so welcome to Shrouded and Shade.
A queer light horror game experience.
I think going into this rapid ideation session, Ewan and I decided that we would want to work together to create an artifact. We both have quite a deep involvement in queer culture,
Hey, how y'all doing?
and we wanted to create an artifact together that sort of reflected that culture and bring more attention, I suppose, on that culture into the mainstream. So that sort of meant that going into this rapid ideation session, we had like a good idea of like a foundation of what we wanted to create. We just had to wait for the theme revealing, and once that was shown off, we decided to go with the theme depicting a spirit that was kind of like an old woman, and we kind of brainstormed very briefly because we had some good ideas, but we know that ultimately we wanted to settle on this like fortune-telling experience where you as the player go to this fortune teller and she tells you a lot about the potential future that you might be facing.
But of course, that would be way too simple. So with this being rooted in queer culture, we wanted to have a bit of fun whilst creating it. We decided early on that the main character, who the player plays as, would be a very effeminate gay man. Joe, fortunately, took it upon himself to voice the character in its entirety. Ultimately, the character is heavily inspired by both Joe and I, but it is a majorly exaggerated blend of our similar personalities.
And it just means that as the fortune-telling experience goes on in this game, the main character sort of completely is in denial of what she's telling him, and it leads to him refuting and denying any of these claims. And that's kind of used throughout this game as we wanted to really lean into the queer culture of like the art of reading or like throwing shade. And these are terms often seen within queer culture and mostly popularised through TV shows and brought into the mainstream by stuff like RuPaul's Drag Race. But basically reading involves the like often humorous trading of insults between people, and then throwing shade is more like this refined form of this art. And it can be seen as this like offensive thing and carry some negative connotations, but it's completely the opposite. It is this sassy but supportive critique, and it's the intention of just kind of having a laugh. It's this sort of queer banter. So this has a pretty large part in our game. It kind of involves the main character reading the fortune teller. She kind of exchanges it. She starts to kind of shade the player as well. We just wanted to have fun with this voice acted experience of just back and forth banter, I suppose. But aside from those sort of things, my personal involvement in this project involved creating the model of the fortune teller, as well as animating parts of it. About a week into it, we also decided to add this voice acting, so I chose to fully voice act the main character personally. I didn't need a reading to be told I was feminine.
I went into this rapid ideation wanting to further my knowledge within blueprinting, specifically improving my understanding of creating a dialogue system that I had toyed with for the previous game jam, and experiment with modelling some much more unorthodox 3D models, such as an arm model, the crystal ball, and the candle models. I did get swept up in the workload of the blueprinting within Unreal, so unfortunately I didn't manage to develop my 3D modelling skills as much as I would have liked, but my newfound level of knowledge within Unreal I feel makes up for that. A much smaller but still enlightening role I took on was the overall voice direction for the crone, as I managed to convince my nan to do the voice acting for her, if you can believe it.
Now that the formalities are out of the way, I assume you'd be ready to walk down memory lane?
And then we also focused on having these two distinct sections of the game, kind of this crystal ball and question section, as well as a section involving tarot cards. We decided to make 10 tarot cards with unique dialogue attached to each one, and then as you play through the game, that's randomised each time you play it. So it kind of allows for this play experience where every time you do play through it, there is a chance to discover these like unique dialogue options.
With all that out the way, we think it's finally time to show the raw and mostly unedited gameplay. Please enjoy.
I've been waiting for you. Waited for so long.
You know me? Oh, girl, I feel like a fucking celebrity in this town.
I knew you'd come. They all come in the end. What's the matter, darling? Having trouble seeing in the dark?
Oh, girl, you could have warned Diva before making an entrance like that.
You see, my dear, my ball reveals all within one's path. All I must do is cast my gaze into the glass. I will see all that you hold with a tight grip to your chest.
Oh, darling, I'm an open book. Be warned, your ball is about to witness the dazzling colours of my unapologetic queerness.
Now that the formalities are out of the way, I assume you'd be ready to walk down memory lane?
Girl, I've had bulls do much better things before than yours.
You come to me to waste time. I have little energy for silly games. Once more, I would love to get inside you. And your brain, of course.
You want to touch me?
My service can offer you the best chance at avoiding future consequences. You would be unwise to turn me down.
This better be worth the coin.
To begin, I must ask you to place your hand upon my glass surface. Then we can begin with the ceremony. What a foul legacy you leave in your wake! My balls have never come across anything quite as savage as you are.
Oh, honey, in my line of work, the bulls I've handled have been drastically more savage than I. It takes two to tango, after all.
Are mortals even capable of such sorcery in the bedroom? Alas, the crystal never lies. There are so many questions swirling in my head. You simply must let me inquisite.
Read me to filth, girl. Do your worst.
Oh, simply fabulous. Your intuition must be as bright as those garments you wear. Looking back, is there a decision you made, or an action you took, that you believe significantly altered the course of your life?
RuPaul?
Was that it?
Can you blame me? Have you seen her, sweetheart?
I haven't had the pleasure, fortunately. In the past, did you ever experience a moment of unexpected luck or fortune that stands out in your memory?
Oh, my sugar daddy, may he rest in peace.
May I ask what happened to the man?
A figure of speech, love. He ghosted me. There's nothing more to spill.
I believe he made the right decision. What aspects of your life do you feel most uncertain about right now?
Oof, everything, girl. I mean, nothing seems to go to plan, so figures.
Let's have that sink in for a moment. Doesn't that feel better?
Not really, sweetheart.
Now that we've come to terms with our personal failings, would you say that you intend to make improvements to your lifestyle?
Well, I think that, ladies, is the sound of success. Someone needs me, and I don't intend to let them down.
If you must leave, then so be it. Though I must ask one final question. Are you proud of yourself?
Absolutely, girl.
Genuinely?
Listen here, you raggedy bitch. I do not pay you to critique my lifestyle. Stay out of my business affairs, and I won't meddle in yours. Not that you're going to have any after tonight. Everyone agrees you are so last season.
There are so many questions swirling in my head. You simply must let me inquisite.
I'd rather just skip to the tarot.
How unfortunate. I was so hoping to get an insight into what makes a man like you tick. Oh well. The art of the tarot has been passed down for centuries. While not portraying a definitive future, they can be used for insight and wisdom. You will draw 3 cards to associate with your future. Once chosen, these will be final and cannot be swapped out, lest we get an inaccurate reading. Are you ready to get started?
Okay.
Draw the first card from the pile, and I will decipher it for you. Ah, judgment. What a cruel mistress you can be. Reflection, rebirth, awakening. Rise to the challenge, and know that you are destined for so much more. Does this make sense to you?
I already am at the top of my game, but thank you for the words of encouragement.
Please draw the next card. Ah, a reverse card. The devil, no less. A reverse card intends to be noticed, and thus you must interpret the meaning in an upside-down manner. A lack of spiritual energy may have led to this, so take my next words with caution. Exploring dark thoughts, freedom, release. Let go of the unhealthy and show your true colours to the world. How does that sit with you?
Release? Wow, I do love a good climax after all.
Draw the final card. The Empress, a queen that knows how to embrace her glamour. Femininity, fertility, nature. Ground your energy and take on Mother Nature's virtues. It's the least you deserve. Are you able to comprehend this?
I don't need to be told how to treat myself.
The tales of the tarot tell a possible future, one that you can now influence with newfound wisdom.
That, ladies, is the sound of success. Someone needs me, and I don't intend to let them down.
If you must leave, then so be it. Though I must ask one final question. Are you proud of yourself?
Of course, darling.
Genuinely?
Listen here, you raggedy bitch. I do not pay you to critique my lifestyle. Stay out of my business affairs, and I won't meddle in yours. Not that you're going to have any after tonight. Everyone agrees you are so last season.